please tell me you remember the video of the Democratic Socialist of America, their convention that they had, where everyone kept, point of order, point of order. Oh my goodness, there was so many feels. There were people who couldn't handle loud noises, so they had to like wave their hands or snap their fingers, something like that, in order to not have applause. It was a pretty big video when it initially came out. Well, the Democratic Socialists of America have their spokesman, honorary chair Cornell West, the Dr. Cornell West, on Tucker Carlson to apparently expose the virtues of this idea or ideology. Now, kids, we've gone over this plenty of times. That family of communism, Marxism, and socialism, it's bad stock, man. Seriously, there's a history of deformities in that family. I wouldn't personally do it. Like, I wouldn't personally marry into it. But here is Cornell West selling dreams. So, with that being said, Dr. Cornell West, by all means, sir, take her away.
Fundamental commitment is to the dignity of ordinary people and to make sure they can live lives of decency.
Okay, so Dr. West, I understand where you're coming from with this, right? It's a whole strength in numbers argument. And hey, if we band together, we can ensure everybody's integrity and decency and all that other fun stuff, sir. Sir, that's a you problem, okay? Your integrity, your decency, like your dignity. These are all things that come from within the self. I have absolutely nothing wrong, no problems with collective dignity, right? Like, I mean, you want to take pride in something. You definitely do. Unfortunately, that just because I decide to operate in a manner of integrity and respect doesn't mean that everybody else and their mother will. And unfortunately, in these circles, in these super far left Democratic Socialist of America circles, that's not what it's about. It's about authoritarianism. It's about being, having control and having power more than for a certain few individuals, of course, such as your Bernie Sanders, because he's the one that really mainlined the Democratic Socialist mindset or ideology when, and now here we are with, Tucker Carlson just soaking it all in.
Not an ism, no, brother. It's about decency. It's about fairness. It's about the accountability of the powerful vis-a-vis those who have less power. The workplace, women dealing with the household, gays, lesbians, trans.
Okay, so here's the thing. You hear this, listen, like, oh yeah, this is all just intersectional gibberish that's coming out of Dr. Cornell's mouth. Here's the thing. Ladies, if you are in a marriage, that's between y'all. This is where the individuality of all of this really matters. And it's one of the foundations of America is that we are individuals. Thusly, the stories of, hey, I'm going to work this little job and then I'm going to go on and do great and amazing things. Or ladies, if you need an example yourself, oh, I'm just stripping my way through college and I'm going, go and do a trucking company. I saw a meme like that recently. But either way, it is about the individual as opposed to the group. Now, having a strong and on point group, definitely great. But when it comes to intersectionality, all those different points that you talk about, they eventually end up clashing with each other. Like, look at the whole J.K. Rowling situation where you got all these people calling her transphobic when in reality, I haven't read her book or anything else like that, but she's just like sticking to biological truths as opposed to the entire gender ideology, if we're going to get into it. That's just like, hey, if you think it, you can do it. And the biological reality is like, wait, no, we all do have limitations, and there is, certain things that are set in stone. So, this is it's, and you hear him about to get into it too, like the whole, oh yeah, saying all the different the transes and the working moms and everything else like that, like all those different individual circumstances require all their own individual, measures.
black people, indigenous peoples, immigrants, how do we ensure that they are treated decently and that the powerful...
You can't. You literally can't. I'm sorry. That's just not that's just not how life is, okay? You can't ensure anything for the next person. Because guess what? I can't ensure how you're going to react to anything, right? Like, have you ever encountered someone who is impossible to please? We talk about it on the channel a lot, but it's a very true thing. We see it all the time with the media in regards to the president. Like, no matter what you do, they're not going to give you any credit for it. There is no redemption in their eyes. It's a very feminine take on things. And, this perpetuates that, right? That, hey, we're not... Our team, we're the ones that's for everybody. As we sit here and watch that ideology, this mindset, because trust me, the DSA, that like they try to break off as like, oh yeah, we're not Antifa. I'm telling you, there's a lot of intersectionality with Antifa and BLM. It's an entire ideology. Many would refer to it as the leftist ideology, like at its purest extremes, where you have it ultimately become the thing that that you sought to destroy, which was, the authoritarianism and the racism. We've heard them out there screaming, "Oh, nigger this," and all that other fun stuff. Like, come on, cut it out. It really is a front, and it's a little irritating that Cornell West continues to play around with this shit. I mean, not really. It's not surprising. Like I said, irritating, because he's getting paid. Somebody's dropping dollars in his pocket.
Don't in any way manipulate, subjugate, and exploit them.
Well, I mean, if that's what democratic socialism is, then I'm basically on board. I do.
Well, yeah, that's because you're a decent human being, because we like, at our core, right? As Americans, I like to think that we don't want to see the next person suffer. We want to see greatness from each other. At our core, like, if you are a sub to my channel, I want you to be amazing. I want you to do any and everything in life that you want to do, that you want to accomplish. I recognize, though, that those are your choices, not mine. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm the type of person, if you want to be the bum sitting on the corner, just drinking your beer, not bothering nobody, it's no big deal to me. I really could care less. But there's, once again, that the authoritarianism of the left always comes under the guise of a friendly face. Oh, how can I help you? How can I help you? And we're seeing a lot of this in New Jersey, where it's all just, hey, more government programs, despite the fact that over the past 40, 50 years, all these programs have done absolutely nothing to fix the problem. They just enrich a very certain select class, and the rest is, speaking of class warfare, right? Because he's trying to break it down to class, but you can't. But identity and class, they're not interchangeable. They're two completely different things.
Think that ordinary people, middle-class people, ought to have dignity, and I think that our current systems make it hard for them to have dignity. So
That's the thing. How does a system make it hard for you to have dignity? Hold your head up, make decent choices that you can be proud of. Then that's where dignity comes from, being able to take pride in the decisions that you've made. That's where dignity comes from. And so it's like, Tucker Carlson, what the hell are you talking about, my guy? He's just being nice. He really is. It's the last second of it anyway. So we're going to wrap this one up. All the internet stuff. If you like to toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. YouTube and Bitchute and like are the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from the Teespring and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? See, I'm telling you, when you go this is why I don't buy into anybody's ideology. It's because when you go far, if you go deep enough into it, you end up in this place of perpetual wheel spinning, such as Dr. Cornell West finds himself in line with. Because, remember, he was all on Obama's schmeat, but I will give him all the credit in the world. He was one of the earliest to hop off Obama's schmeat, because he was like, wait a second, this is bullshit. Yeah. I mean, a little late to the party. We were expecting more foresight from you, sir, and that's a big part of my issue with the likes of the Cornell West and the Oprah Winfrey's and all of these quote-unquote intellectuals and influencers that, that are trumped out to be the voice of quote-unquote Black America, or, descendants in particular, because I know he claims to speak for descendants. It's like, bro, I've been watching this my entire life, guy. Cut a lot of the bullshit out, including this DSA bullshit. All right, it's nonsense. It really is. If you want to see, like, the best, as good as America has gotten it when it comes to collective bargaining, look at unions. All right, and you tell me how fantastic this has been. So, particularly teachers unions. But so, guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next one.